Hi everyone. I'm just too eager about the stuff that I just did that I can't uh, make a video, and I can't not make a video and just share what I did. Um, so I've had this lying around for a while. It works with Umbraco 9, and you can instantiate this content cache support file, and it actually goes into a hard-coded path here, so that could be parameterized, of course. But when you run that test, what it does is that it reads the new cache file of your actual website. So I've got my website down here, and as you'd expect, you'll have the new cache file somewhere in here, yeah, in the new cache folder there. What the test does is that it spits out a serialized version of that new cache thing. And I've used this through the mechanics you've probably seen I've had before. Um, Let me see if I can find my test. It's in here. To create the content cache support again. And then I use this other thing not to get it from the website, but from an actual resource file that I've got here. That's an embedded resource. We're not supposed to see this edition yet, but it would look like this. If you went and pasted what we got from that dump test, you could paste your entire cache in here, and yeah, off we go. Um, but what I figured is this is blatantly verbose. If I wanted to just copy a bit of this JSON and make a couple of few nodes without actually going into Umbraco, it's gonna be a pain, isn't it? So I started stripping away all the properties here. Uh, Seeing if most of them actually were necessary, but they weren't. And then I ended up with this one that we accidentally just saw, which has way less properties per node. And the important part is here, right, with the properties that we actually want for our tests, and maybe a bit about this for the structure, maybe this for a couple of URL generators and the name of the items and stuff. Maybe we want to add the dates, but apparently the dates aren't important, just to deserialize stuff that we can actually feed through Nucache. So I've got this test that gets the data from that resource file, feeds it into my good old Umbraco support thing, then it runs this static method. I'm about to press Control B, that doesn't work in this IDE, where we use this wonderful new builder mechanism that I believe Bjarke has built for tests, where we can use a Fluent interface to set up our document type structure. And I keep wondering, why the heck can't we do this for Umbraco with package migrations and just say, this is what I want, can you please make it so? But that's for another video. Having this that sets up your document type structure, pass to the Umbraco support class, and then saying, please set up everything for me. Oh, by the way, if you didn't figure it yet, we do, of course, depend on the new beautiful Umbraco CMS tests integration NuGet package that is available on the internet. And then we can proceed to get the Umbraco context from that support class, and we can go, can we get the content query thingy, please? It's the content cache, of course, and go get it by the ID. Now, we could do that by GUID, but I have a secret for you that's coming up any minute now. And what happens is that we actually have data here. I do have another data source, this one listing children of current page. I can do my query with my data source thing for the content list thing, and I can assert a bit of stuff about that list. We have two items. They are both through models builder made the type of page, and I have a special JSON formatter here that only renders the properties when we do JSON. When I run this, let's go modify the source file, the content JSON file here, and we go say it's no longer about us, it's about, it's the list heading, it's about us X, and we run it. And voila, we've now got a diff saying you didn't get that, you got this stuff. I've probably made the contract resolver a bit too picky. I would have wanted the ID and the name here, but anyway, you can see I've got the list heading, the list image, list summary, all the stuff that I've defined and bothered to put into the content here. But this is how do the salesmen say this? But not only that, listen to this. Excuse me, I got thinking, this JSON content is not that much, and I've got this new favorite tool called Power Query. How about editing this using Excel? So I went about to make a small Excel file where I've got an ID column, and I have to fill this out, of course. I've got the parent ID column, and I thought the number is easier here than the GUID, so let's see if we can auto-generate that. We've got the sort order if we want to care about that. The content type ID is kind of mandatory here. We've got the name, template ID, and then we can do any properties we want, just prefix them with properties dot. And then over here I've got this result of a Power Query query. So if I go and call this item, this site node then, my awesome tested site, expand that just to see it, and we go over to the JSON tab, click refresh all, copy this, and we go over to this resource file that we've compiled, and we just go paste over that, and we can see up here we've got my awesome tested site. And if I save that and I run the test I've got over here, and we run that, I think we're gonna see right, because I'm only asserting the children, so it doesn't have Here we go. We can see that we got new content and we can approve the new content. So there you go. A few caching issues there with my approvals. That's slightly annoying. Probably has to do with the ignore attribute, I gather. Not quite sure, but isn't it awesome that you can use Excel to just input some content and you paste it into Visual Studio, and there you go, you've got your Umbraco content set up for your test, and it runs through the entire pipeline from new cache through models builder to something that you can JSON serialize and just approve away with approval tests. So sorry about that slow bit in the end there, but yeah, hopefully you can see this is quite exciting stuff, and I really look forward to packaging this up. Not really packaging it up, blogging about it, talking about it, and showing you more when I get further with this stuff. So thanks for watching. Do ping me on Twitter. I'm at Bleedo, or join the Umbracoians at Slack or Discord, and yeah, say hello. See you around. Thanks for watching.